Hey guys, Russ Ward here, and what I'm going to show you in this video is a system I made for generating leads for personal injury attorneys and giving the prospective lead an opinion of whether or not their case may be viable. So, as you can see on the screen, I have a form here, right? Now, this form can be represent a couple of things. Number one, we may not need this information, name, email, phone number, if we are generating a lead from a lead form. What we would do in that case is we would generate the lead from the lead form, kick all that information over into our automation CRM, Automations Plus or high level, and then we would give them a button that says tap here, and we will take you to a page where we will give you an instant estimate of whether or not you have a viable case. Okay. Or let's say, for instance, you're running a YouTube ad and you want them to click a button to come to a page, then you would have them come here. This is where they would fill in their contact information and they would do it. So either way works fine. Personally, I think it may work better if you're just using a Facebook lead form and already capturing this info. But for demonstration purposes, we're going to put it in here. Okay. So it says answer 2 questions and the AI will tell you if you could be owed compensation. Get an instant decision without speaking to someone on the phone. So in the ad, what we're going to say is guaranteed no one's going to call you and blow you up. We're going to give you an instant estimate of whether you can get compensation or not. So I'm just going to fill this in with my information. And then it's very important in some states, the amount of years the injury occurred, right? So if some are 3, some are 4, some are 2. So in this case, we're going to use 3. So it was in the last 3 years. If it's more than 3 years, it's probably going to disqualify them, right? So I'm going to say something ridiculous. I'm going to say something like I was at So in this case, I said I was at Universal Orlando having a great day when the roller coaster I was riding derailed and I went flying off the ride and bashed in my head. I broke my neck, had a concussion, and I was in the hospital for a month. Universal offered me a lifetime pass if I didn't sue them. So down here, they have to agree to the terms and conditions. Basically, this is for A2P, so you can opt them in legally, right? So I'm going to click here, get an instant decision. And what that's going to do is that's going to send that information off to ChatGPT, who has a prompt telling it that it is to interpret this information that we provided and make an opinion of whether or not this may or may not be a viable case. You can see, thank you, our AI is preparing your results, right? So now over here is a demonstration of your phone, right? This is a text message I received. So what it did was it took that information, it created a miniature link, a small link, kind of like a bit.ly link. And then this link is going to take us to a page where we get the results. So I'm going to go ahead and click this link. And it's going to open up this page here. Now, one little thing we've had an issue with the page is you see how it's blank? For some reason, it does that. So I had to put on here, note if you do not see results in the white box below, refresh this page. So we're going to go ahead and refresh the page. And there you see the results are in there. So it says, based on the information you provided, I believe you have a case for a personal injury claim. The injury was caused by a malfunctioning roller coaster ride, which is a clear case of negligence on the part of Universal Orlando. You suffered a broken neck, concussion, and a month-long hospital stay, making an extensive injury. The fact that Universal offered you a lifetime pass in exchange for not suing them shows they acknowledge your negligence and are attempting to make up for it. I recommend you book a call with a personal injury attorney to discuss the specifics of your case. During the call, you should provide as much detailed information as you can about how it happened. You should also provide any evidence you have, blah, 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 right? So down here is a link to book the call. And so what that's going to do in this case is take it to my personal link for my business. However, the internet's been running really slow in my office today, so it's probably not going to load. The other thing you're going to notice is that the bot followed up with another link. It says, last step, book a call to discuss the results by clicking here. Same exact link. So it's going to, boom, take them to that link. Again, it's not going to load right now just because the internet's slow. It's a redirect link, so it's not working. Now, the other thing we could do with this, which is probably what I'll do, I just made it this way for dramatic demonstration because it shows it in very clear format. I described my problem and then I provided it in a format on a website that looks pretty cool, right? But really, what you could do is you could have your AI bot completely built out. You could have it start by sending this reply to them, and then you could have it continually follow up with them until they book an appointment. And you could do that all through text message. You don't need any links or screens or anything like that. And that's probably more likely what I'll do, but this just is good for demonstration purposes. So this is a good way for a couple of things. Number one, to pre-screen leads for personal injury attorneys. Number two, get them engaged with an AI bot. And then as they're engaged with the AI bot, it's going to continually follow up with them to let them know, hey, you need to schedule an appointment. So we can talk to you about this, right? So the other thing you can do too is you could actually send this into a pipeline and then have it so they can be live transferred over to the attorney. So we could set it up so the AI bot will continually ask them questions that need to be answered before a live transfer can happen. Once all those questions are answered, then a human could jump in and say, hey, listen, we have, John Doe attorney available to speak with you right now about this, and we can see what kind of compensation you get. Are you open to talking to him? And if they say yes, we could jump in there and do a live transfer and say, hey, I'm Russ with Lee King Personal Injury Attorneys. I'm going to transfer you over to John Doe attorney right now. Is that cool? And they'll say, yeah. So what you do is you just patch them right over, record the call just to make sure they're doing all the right things, and then boom, you're all set. So if you have any questions on this, if you're interested in this, interested in learning more, let me know. I think this is a pretty cool thing. We can do this for obviously personal injury attorneys, but we can do this literally for anything. I did it for solar, where they give them a solar savings estimate. You could do it for pretty much anything you could think of. Think of a bankruptcy attorney, right? Think of a divorce attorney. Literally anything at all that you can think of, we could do this for. So let me know if you have any questions. Happy to answer them. Happy to get you set up with this as well.